Hello, my fabulous friends. This week in art class, we are going to learn a little bit about sculpture. So when we learn about sculpture, there are a lot of art materials that you can use to learn about sculpture. What we are going to use this week is clay. Now, at home, you might have polymer clay, you might have Play-Doh, you might even have air dry clay at home. If you do not have any of these things, I am going to teach you how to make air dry clay at home using three materials that you probably have in your kitchen. We have flour, water, and salt. So if you have Play-Doh or any material that I mentioned before that's could be a clay substitute, feel free to fast forward through this part. But if you need help making a clay substitute, your very own air dry clay, hold on and I'll teach you how to do that. All right, my fabulous friends, the very first thing we're going to do is to make our air dry clay from scratch is measure out a 1/4 cup of water. So I want to have a nice, clean, big mixing bowl all set and ready to the side. But I'm going to get my measuring cup all ready, and I'm going to find where it says 1/4 on the side here, so it's pretty low on the bottom. And I have my water in my favorite Fox mug that I got from the Kilgallons. Thank you very much. And I'm going to measure out a 1/4 cup. And what I want to do is I want to get low next to it. Looks like I over poured a little bit. Okay, perfect. 1/4 cup. And I'm going to pour that into my mixing bowl. Awesome. Then I also need a 1/4 cup of salt. So I already measured that out, and I'm going to dump my salt in to where my water was. All right, my friends, and the last thing we're going to do is get a 1/2 cup of flour. So right here, have 1/2 cup. Okay, and dump it in. Okay, all right. Now, what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to wanna mix it together, stir it together, kind of like you're baking cookies, except this cookie would taste terrible. So it's just salt, water, and flour. And you can always add more flour if you feel like it's too watery, more water if you feel like it's too floury. It's gonna be kind of a balancing act. So I'm just mixing it together. Ooh, it's starting to get a little doughy. All right. Now I think it's time for me to abandon my favorite Fox stirring utensil and start to get messy. If you feel like it's getting a little too crumbly and a lot of pieces are falling off, you can just dip your fingers back in some water and soften it up just like regular real clay. And you'll start to feel it slip and slide just like real clay. And voila, you have your clay. All right, my friends, now you have either successfully made your very own air dry clay, or you have in front of you Play-Doh, polymer clay, whatever you have at home. So I have my air dry clay that I've already made. So we are going to learn a little bit about two different types of sculpture technique. We have reductive sculpture and additive sculpture. So additive sculpture is when you put things together to create something bigger. It's like a sculpture, a 3D work of art. So that could be me putting circles on top of each other to create a snowman. That could be an additive sculpture. Reductive is when you take something away to create an image. So if you've ever been to a museum and seen a beautiful muscular sculpture that was carved out of marble. That is an example of a reductive sculpture. So we are going to do those two different types of sculpture today. So I have some tools that you might be able to find around your house. So you can really use anything as a tool for sculpture, for carving, and I found some fun ones in my own house. So I don't have any tools for Play-Doh like you might at home, but I do just have some regular throwaway utensils from like barbecues and stuff and parties that we've had at our house. I found some stamps. I thought maybe stamping into clay could be really cool. And I also found some food coloring to color our clay. So the first one I want to show you is additive sculpture. So what I want to do is I am going to break my clay in half. You do not have to do both additive and reductive sculpture. You are going to choose one. You can either show me that you can do additive, or you can show me that you can do reductive sculpture. So I'm going to show you additive right now. Let's see. I think I'm going to make a puppy. So I'm going to put you on time lapse real quick. I'm going to make a puppy, and I'll see you on the other side. Alright guys, this is my additive sculpture. It's a puppy and she is sleeping based on real life because my dog sleeps all the time. So I actually added a little bit of a reductive quality to it because I used my fork to create texture, like a little fur texture on there, and to make little sleepy eyes on there too. So I'm excited. While I was doing this, I came up with a really cool idea for a reductive sculpture. So can't wait to show you that one. I'm gonna leave this on the tin foil to dry, and I'm gonna show you a quick time lapse of a reductive sculpture. So what's Miss Kaplan gonna do? It's gonna be great. See you on the other side. All right, guys, I finished my reductive sculpture and I love it. Get it? I love it. I stamped the word L-O-V-E, love, into it. I poked a little hole. I found a chopstick in one of my kitchen drawers. So I thought maybe when this dries, I could tie a ribbon or a piece of string into it, hang it from something. Maybe it can be a gift. It's actually my dad's birthday recently, so maybe we're mailing a box to him. Maybe I could put it in there and mail it to him because I miss him so much. I could do lots of really, really good things with this, I think. I like this one a lot. So food coloring is a really good kind of a hack if you don't have paint at home to color your clay. I kind of did a tie-dye effect with my clay. I first squirted a little bit of red and then a little bit of blue, and obviously my hands also got all tie-dyed, but I love being messy. It's kind of one of the best parts of being an art teacher. And the cool part is that I have all this dough left over. So the cool thing is, to save this and not let it dry out, you can wrap this up in saran wrap or tin foil, stick it in your freezer, and take it out, warm it up with your hands whenever you get bored. Just make sure you label it so nobody eats this, because this would taste literally disgusting. So your job this week is to make your own air dry clay, or use a clay-like substitute you have at home if this is just too much. If you don't have to make your own clay if you don't want to. If this is too much, you can use Play-Doh or whatever you have at home, but you have to do either reductive sculpture, right, by taking things away, like how I carved the shape of a heart with like my little plastic doll knife, and stamped out those letters and carved out that hole with the chopstick. That was a reductive technique. Or an additive technique, when I made all those pieces of the puppy and added it on. Tell me when you post the picture, let me know, did you choose additive sculpture or did you choose reductive sculpture? Let me know. I'm so excited to see it. Maybe you even chose a combination of both. But I gotta see that you learned something. I am so excited. I miss you so, so much, Tigers. And yeah, I can't wait to see your sculptures. So I'll see you guys later. Miss you so much. Bye.